Hi, my name is Julian.
My name is Lucy.
I'm Eden.
My name's Grace.
And this is the Theology and Ethics TC podcast. So, how would you guys describe AI and kind of talk about how you think AI works?
It's like a creative tool that enhances what we make and also can create its own things.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I feel like it takes tools from the internet and just combines them into one thing that we can use for benefit or for harm.
Is there anything that excites you the most or maybe scares you? I know for me, what excites me is the fact that our work can get done way faster. I mean, something like writing an email, a really planned out email is way faster than me just writing it. But that's for me.
Something that scares me is it's getting pretty realistic. And I've seen videos that are it looks like it's a real thing.
Yeah, those scare me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I already touched on this, but potential benefits. So many things can be done with AI. I mean, I have it do things for me every day, if I need a photo made or I need to write an email. But
yeah, it just has so much information. I think that's valuable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree.
One of the things that I like to do with it is take articles and have it condense it into the main points of it. So that helps me read and get through way more information faster.
Yeah.
Which I think is super beneficial.
Definitely, yeah.
I think some of the dangers, though, are definitely cheating. I mean,
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we can all attest, we've all thought about it once. I mean, I don't think we should, though. I think it makes it way easier, especially essays and stuff like that. So what do we think some future uses of it could be? Just beyond what it already is.
Yeah, so I think I already kind of use it to study and stuff like that. I know it's bad for the environment, so I try not to do it a lot. But I know during exams, I just use it to make me a practice quiz, make me a practice test. That's the main way that I use AI.
Yeah, that's how I use it too, to study. And I also feel it can do certain jobs in the future.
Yeah, I was talking to my dad about this, and his company uses it for cancer research, which is really interesting. And that's cool how we've come a long way from that, this generation, and how they're able to use that technology.
For sure, yeah.
And I know things AI like ChatGPT that I've used, and I think it just benefits me personally because I think people with busy schedules, me personally, it just help me work things out faster because, with a lot of things, I can't always work out really descriptive things all the time. So I think that just helps me use it as a tool personally. Do we think that this is going to change certain industries though? Any businesses? I know it helps a lot with that.
Yeah. I was actually just reading about this. Apparently there's a university in California who's trying to move to switch to using AI to help students with their scheduling and their housing and stuff like that. All 4 years of their schooling. And I feel it can really impact administration areas in all areas of business. But I think that could be harmful because that is effectively eliminating human jobs. And I don't think we should be doing that, especially in this economy right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Thinking about if AI can change, here it says healthcare. Thinking about something like an AI doctor. When you think about AI, it can have a lot of good ideas, but I think we can always rely on a human to make judgment. Because AI right now, it can still make mistakes.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you send your child to a school where teachers were all human like robots? Me personally, that doesn't sound good at all. Like I said, AI is good, but in robot, the idea of it, but they always make mistakes. So I don't think I would personally do that.
Too far.
It lacks the relationship, the teacher-student relationship.
Yeah.
If you are with a machine, you won't. Part of going to school is building those relationships as well as learning, and I feel that wouldn't be as beneficial to the future generations if we have robot teachers.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah, and I know you kind of touched on how it affects environment and our personal programs, but to have a robot in place of a human, kind of you touched on, Lucy, it's more of I guess playing God because we're meant to have relationships and things like that, and to almost replace it, and I think it's almost immoral in a sense.
Yeah.
Do you think humans can develop a friendship and a relationship with an AI? Which I don't know how that would work,
Interesting.
but it's an interesting question. To be honest, in all seriousness, like I said, I don't think AI should replace humans. That's not what we were intended for.
No.
We're supposed to have relationships with each other. That's how God intended. I mean, I think about like the Trinity, you know, they're all one being, but they all work. They're all different people. They have relationships. I guess, do you think it's a good idea for AI-powered machines with emotions to exist?
No.
No.
But no.
That's
not at all.
like playing God replacing humans.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of think of like the Terminator movies. I think.
Oh, yeah.
Like I wouldn't want that in real life to happen. To
Nope.
be honest.
No.
You think it'll always want to support and serve humanity, and it will always do that?
I feel like it's hard to know, especially with like how much power it has and like control, and like there's things that it's able to find out that like we don't even understand. So I feel like we should just be more careful with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with you on that one. I think that since it has access to the entire internet, stuff that people post online about that type of thing, like, oh my gosh, AI is going to take over the world, AI is going to take all our jobs. Like, what if AI becomes sentient? I think it could just use that information and almost take inspiration from it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw this, but when they were trying to delete ChatGPT 3.0, it tried to like copy itself into the internet without telling people.
That's terrible.
I was like, no, no thanks. Yeah. So like that's one of my main concerns. It's like it's already trying to like preserve itself against humans.
Yeah, and I think an important thing to think about is like, how do we think about AI programs like stealing information from creators or just using private data? I think that's like a big risk considering how developed AI can be now, especially like you were talking about ChatGPT.
Yeah, that's like a concern I have, like privacy and security for like anybody's information just being out there and AI having it and being able to use it however it wants. Like, that's too far.
I was just thinking that like AI like uses everything from the internet. So if they're using sources like that are from podcasts or like personal like journal entries, and it's telling people that it's right. And people have opinionated writings all the time. And like I've done this before in ChatGPT where I looked up like a question to something and it gave me like a personal answer. Like it wasn't the real answer, it was someone's opinion.
Yeah, that's
so
scary.
if people are using that to like find all their information, it's kind of like flipping the system, which I don't agree with at all.
And I think to touch on that, just thinking about like political and countries using like AI. I mean, I think especially like in the wrong hands, like I'll just say like Russia or something, the fact that ChatGPT isn't always correct and uses people's opinions, I feel like that could like, they could use it to like almost indoctrinate or spread like propaganda.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's just a personal danger, I think.
I think the people who are in charge of like developing AI and like running it and advertising it to people, they're already such big like tech billionaires, tech like monsters. So their main goal to me is profit right now. It's not really to benefit society. But like some people, like your dad's company, like they're obviously trying to use it for good. But like, I don't know, the owners of ChatGPT, Elon Musk, I know he's not really associated with it anymore, but he did help start it. I think they're just going to start placing profits above people. And I want to go back to the political thing you said. I think about like companies like, I'm just going to say Fox News as an example. What if they make like a deal with OpenAI or something where OpenAI is primarily using their news source to promote a certain agenda? That can be really dangerous, especially if they're paying them billions of dollars to just sway the public opinion on everything, especially if AI is going to be so prevalent in our society. Like we're already seeing it happen today.
I mean, I know we kind of touched on this, but how much do we think governments are going to integrate it into their
I was just
life?
thinking about that. I can definitely potentially see AI being weaponized
Yeah.
as all this intelligence.
Definitely.
Who is not going to use it? Like, they'd be honestly stupid not to use it to make a weapon or use all of the information it has, which is super dangerous, and that scares me that it has the power to do that.
Yeah. So with these concerns that we just talked about, why do you guys like still use AI?
I think that like AI can be super beneficial if you use it the right way. Like the example I had, my dad uses it for his company for cancer research. That would be a good example because it is helping people. But a bad use would be like cheating or using it as a weapon or using it to get all your information from, even when like discounting like real reputable sources.
Of course.
So that would definitely be where I'd stand on that. Like it can be used for good. It depends on the person and how you use it.
Yeah, I think you just need to have limits and be careful with how much you use it and like how you're using it. Like, are you using it to create something from scratch, or are you using it to enhance what you've already made? Like, I just think being very careful about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think personally for me, I mean, like Lucy said, we kind of have to be mindful of how we use it when we study in school. But I know me personally, if I have it, like, for example, some teachers don't always give study guides for tests. So I know for me personally, ChatGPT has saved my life by making me a quick study guide. But I think that comes with like your intent. You go into it like looking for help, but not to do it for you. Like you have to make sure it's not an overuse.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's the attitude behind it. Like I would agree with what you guys said with that one.
And like this is fairly new. Like past generations didn't have this. So there's not really a real book, like a rule book on how to use it.
Yeah.
So like our generation should be in charge of creating the rules and using it correctly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you
for listening.
Nice job, you guys. Proud of you. That's awesome.
Hi, my name is Julian,
I'm Lucy.
I'm Eden.
I'm Grace.
and this is the Theology and Ethics. Wait, what am I saying? Theology and Ethics what?
Podcast.
Oh, the Theology and Ethics. Okay, I got this. I got it.
You got it?